Thanks, Carol.
Okay, we're in the courtroom of this Illinois old state capitol, and I tried to do 2 other videos already. They all turned out bad because it was too quiet and we weren't allowed to talk. And I was just so silent for the whole. And it was like, oh my god, this is so stupid. That's Sean with Thomas, and I'm Brian, and we're at Springfield again. Still another video. Yes, no, hands. No. I was here first. That's your question.
They said when the court was in session, it was almost as exciting as having the circus come to town. Everybody would have to get here early in the morning,
it's beautiful.
take out their seats, so they'd be able to watch the court all day long and find out what kind of trouble their friends and neighbors got into. And you know what? We still do the exact same thing. Court TV is on cable. People sit up all night watching Judge Judy. This is their version. And up there on the bench, you had this young guy named Stephen Douglas.
Golden Eagle.
And apparently, Judge Douglas had some bad habits. He loved to rock back in his chair, put his feet up on the tables.
It's a golden eagle.
He ended up out here, sitting with people, smoking a cigar and visiting with them. And so a lot of the other judges and lawyers didn't think all that much about Mr. Douglas. And probably Abraham Lincoln would have agreed with that. Now, Lincoln, you just came from New Salem. What job did Lincoln have in New Salem? What did he do when he lived there?
Postmaster and general store owner.
Postmaster, general store owner, surveyor.
Oh my
By
god,
the time he moved to Springfield, all he had to
darkness
do
and
was
redness and whiteness. Nice. I didn't even do that.
What does he do?
He's a lawyer.
He's a lawyer. Lincoln is a lawyer.
They make
He
money.
appeared in the Illinois State Supreme Court on over 200 cases. Most of those take place here in Springfield. The court also meets in 2 other cities. They meet up north in the town of Ottawa. They come here to Springfield. They continue south to Mount Vernon, turn around and go back and forth. Lincoln travels that circuit twice a year. Most of Lincoln's cases, 5,000 cases, take place at the county court level, lower courts. Those courts meet 3 months every spring and 3 months every fall. Lincoln leaves home. He says goodbye to Mary and the boys. And he travels from county courthouse to county courthouse, all the way from the Indiana border almost to the Mississippi. He's gone for 3 months every spring, 3 months every fall. And then the federal court. So you've got county, you've got state, you've got a federal court that's across the street in the Lincoln Herndon building. And at least Mr. Lincoln didn't have to travel for that. Until 1855, there was only one federal court, and that was here in the capital city. After that, there was one in Chicago, and Lincoln would use cases up there too. So now, here's your little place. Nothing's going on in Chicago until 1855. When did Chicago become a city? Anyone know?
I know.
Can I take a guess?
Crazy.
Oh, before that. Before that, 1832. Very close. I believe it was incorporated as a city in 1832.
It didn't.
All right.
Plus I'm
When did he learn New
recording.
Salem? Lincoln's living in New Salem in 1834. Chicago becomes a city in 1834, and guess what? The population is exactly the same. 300 people. And so a lot of people ask, why did they choose Springfield as the capital? And one of the things we don't remember is the state was settled from the south to the north. The roads were the rivers, the Ohio and the Mississippi. And so all the big towns were down along the rivers, Kaskaskia, the first capital. And then slowly they would move a little bit further north. By 1840, the biggest city in the state of Illinois, I hope you guys will get this point, the biggest city in the state of Illinois was a town called Nauvoo. Has anyone been to Nauvoo? It's over on the Mississippi River. Over 12,000 Mormons and the religious leader, Joseph Smith, Brigham Young, they're all in this town over on the Mississippi River. I had an 8th grader ask me a couple months ago, what's a Mormon? Please tell me you know what a Mormon is. Anybody?
I know what a Mormon is.
What's a Mormon?
Well, I know what it is, but I don't remember what they do.
I'm beginning to notice I'm losing.
They worship a weird god.
Presidential candidate
Do they worship God?
Okay.
Anyone know about Mormons?
The Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints is always a religion.
They sound like
It's currently
monsters.
a temple, the
No
headquarters
offense
is
to
in Salt Lake
morons.
City, but way back in the 1840s, they were here in Illinois. They had the largest city in the state. But by the 1840s, Chicago starts to grow. By the 1850s, we have railroads. We have steamships that travel from Buffalo to Detroit to Chicago. And we have a huge famine in Europe. And we have civil wars in Europe. And people start to move to the U.S. They get on those steamships, they get off in Chicago, and it becomes the largest city in the state of Illinois. And so it's pretty amazing. That's what happens to our building. This goes from being the largest county in Illinois with a good-sized city to being really too small for the state government in just 39 years. Now, if you wanted to be a lawyer out here on the Western frontier, number one, you had to be young. Girls were not allowed to be lawyers. You had to be smart enough to stand up in front of the Supreme Court judges and take an oral law exam. They quizzed you. And once you knew enough about the law, you had to prove you were honest. You needed a certificate of good moral character. And then you could practice law. You'll notice I didn't say you had to go to school. Abraham Lincoln went to school for about 6 months in his entire lifetime. He borrowed law books, read them on his own, and becomes a lawyer. But all of his partners had been to college. Stephen Logan over here had a university degree. He studied law at a university, and his partner, Abraham Lincoln, had basically been to kindergarten. Big differences. But he had a lot of really successful attorneys. Now, one of the things they got to do was to use the law library to study for their cases. We have letters from the lawyers. They tell us this next term is absolutely magnificent. That they would go there, they'd have use of books containing all the laws of Illinois. Now, all the laws of Illinois fit in one tiny bookcase, so you didn't really need a big room. But again, these are the biggest rooms and the biggest building in the state. So this was awfully darn impressive to the men who worked here. What we're going to do is walk through the law library and head upstairs to the Senate chamber. Anybody have any questions before we go upstairs? Okay? If I could have one teacher up front, we'll head on up.
Minutes. Oh, we're talking. Xavier. Xavier. I'll hang this up in my locker. It's beautiful.
Where'd you get gold smasher? Pictures of me. Nick.
He was in it. Oh, look at that old guy. And that golden eagle. That's intense. I bet probably coded. Holy snap, my face. Hello. This is the weird kid. Noah. No. Okay, you got it.
A young man who keeps records in the courtroom. You've got a law library. You've got books. The judges and lawyers are around in here discussing cases and preparing for courtrooms. Upstairs, you're going to notice we have upstairs everything's fancier because the elected officials in Illinois work on the upper level.
You better not have taken a picture of me.
I'm not.
Accidentally got you in
Like that picture. Oh, we're going upstairs. It's beautiful up there. I'm going to show you that. I'm going to end at like 10 minutes maybe. Maybe I'll let you.
Staircase will collapse on.
Look at these things are squeaky. Dude, look at that. Oh, that's awesome. Look at the railing, dude. Look how big it is. This is my hand on it. This is, dude, look up there. Yeah. Holy snap. Holy snap. Oh.
You can have a seat at those chairs. You can sit on the floor.
No, let's go. Who cares? I'm gonna end it. 20 seconds. 20 seconds. Here, I'll let you take a look. Oh, that big guy.
Hey, there's saving seats up here.
No saving seats.
No saving seats.
Okay, well, I'm gonna end it. And, goodbye.
Right there. Just do it. He won't notice. He won't notice.